What's up, YouTube fam? Welcome back to the channel. Obviously, we're going through still some tough times with the market. Our account, we're still up since we started the challenge, but obviously this week has been brutal. And, I'll take the blame in the sense of, I put the entire account into a riskier position, right? Like, I'm not upset about being down because ultimately the entire market is down, but, we did get caught in, the bigger, riskier position, I should say, than we need it to be for the entire account. Now, again, I think long term it will pay off because I believe in what I'm doing. I believe in everything that I've said and preached on this channel. But these are the times you have to go through, and we account for these times. So with that being said, I want to announce that the free community is officially open, right? The Underwriters Are Us community. As you can see, people have already been getting active. I've already been giving some insight, stuff that maybe is too quick, too fast and furious to post on YouTube, right? Members have already started giving signals. So it's awesome. I'm so happy to have everyone there. Those are just the people who signed up for the waitlist that are in right now. But what I'm going to do is, since the market has been tough, right? And I want everyone who's going through it right now to feel like they have a safe space, to feel like they have a community. I'm going to open it for everyone. So there's a link in the description of this video. Just join it, right? If you spam it, you're going to get kicked. If you pull anything, you're going to get kicked with no hesitation, no warning. So it's a free community, right? And I want to keep it that way. I want to keep it public. But if people ruin it, then I'll have no choice but to, start making it much stricter. So with that being said, let's get on to the video and what we're going to do. So I tried to hold off making this video because I wasn't dying to just roll the position, right? I wanted to see what would happen. But at this point, it's getting late in the day, and I would say there's about a 0% chance that this is going to expire above 55. I wanted to see if we would recover more and then be able to get out for a smaller loss, or just get assigned and be close, and then ideally have it, continue back up and then sell covered calls in this range. But it looks like none of that's going to happen, right? So how are we going to protect this account? We're going to do it the best way that I know how to. Right, and we're going to roll this position. So I want to do it live in front of you guys because people have asked and they weren't fully grasping how to roll, right? So being that we're trying to roll in a way where we don't lose money, and this is where I kind of messed up, I guess, is because earlier in the day, or actually no, it's still fine. So being that we're trying to not lose any money, right? We're trying to do it in a way where we can save our money in every way possible and do it in the safest way possible, right? So the difference between rolling and just getting assigned, right, is if you just get assigned, then you're just buying, in my case, you're just buying at 55, right, because that's my current position. So obviously, 400 shares at 55, let's say today the day ends at $44 a share, you're down 400 times by 11 is $4,400. Now, I did collect 600 in premium, so I'd be down 3,800. Now, if I roll this position, right, maybe my account in the moment would be down, but technically speaking, I wouldn't be down anything, right? Because I would just be in an option sell with a strike of 50, and I'd be collecting another 1,055. Now, this does account, like obviously it would be 1,055 times by 4, right? But that's including the losses, right? So even though I'd be collecting, again, 1,050 times by 4, you got to consider why it's only a $60 credit is because it's including what I lost, right? So why is this better than just getting assigned is because we're not obligated to buy the shares yet, right? We're basically buying time, right? The simplest way to put it is we are buying time. So what does that mean? It means that since we're willing to, it's almost like essentially robbing Peter to pay Paul, right? It's like if you didn't have money and you rob someone else, you use that money to pay back the other person you owe, right? That's, it's, I don't want to call it a Ponzi scheme, right? But like essentially it kind of is, right? Because you're just buying more time on your position. But what makes it awesome, right, is the fact that you're able to go from 55 to 50. So it's like if the market does keep going down, you're able to not lose any money, right? I'll give you an example. It would be like, someone asked me, am I buying the dip right now, right? And it's like, this is awesome because you're buying the dip while not buying more, right? While not putting more money into the position. Like I'm able to take my current position and move it to 50 without losing a dollar, without going into my bank account and using more money, right? Like it's just, in a lot of ways, it's the smartest way to do it. So when wouldn't you want to do it, right? Because I'm sure some of you are thinking, oh, this sounds like it's too good to be true. It's not that it's too good to be true, right? The thing about option selling is that it's never that it's too good to be true. It's more of just that there's the risk reward aspect of sometimes you're better off doing the other thing, right? So what do I mean by that, right? In option selling, right, when I explain to someone, I explain the premiums and how that works, they're like, oh, that sounds too good to be true. Yeah, but if you've been following this channel, right, what have you witnessed? You've witnessed how many times have I sold puts and collected $400, where if I would have just bought the shares, I would have collected $2,000, right? So it's not that option selling is ever too good to be true, or something like rolling is too good to be true. It's real, it's true. It's more of just like, think about it like this, right? Let's just say we do roll it, right? And it immediately shoots up to $70, right? At that point, we would have made more money if we just got assigned at 55, okay, and then just held it, right? So in a lot of worlds, right, you're actually better off just getting assigned. Now, in my position, right, my whole stance has been protecting. Now, obviously, taking a stock like ConL, which ultimately is a very leveraged asset, may not be a good example of trying to protect your money. But with that being said, if I'm going to do things like this and take these kind of risks, then I still need to be relatively conservative in some regards, right? So with that being said, that's why in my position, rolling does make sense as opposed to just getting assigned, because at least if I roll, right, and it continues down, I can just keep rolling lower and lower until eventually it does bounce. So truthfully, you know, some of you might be asking, well, how does this fail? It only fails if the asset you're doing, right, literally goes bankrupt, right? So as long as we're trading stocks that are going to be around forever, right, or not forever, but for the long haul, like you can just keep rolling down until eventually you kind of meet in the middle and you're either profitable or you have an amazing entry and then you ride it back up. But again, if it's going to go bankrupt, then yeah, this isn't going to work, right? You're just going to keep rolling down until you have nothing left. So in this case of ConL, which is just Coinbase leveraged, and I truly believe in Coinbase, I have no problem rolling down. I have no problem holding for the long run. In a lot of ways, I'm excited to do it, right? Because it shows that we can overcome, you know, economic downturn, right? Like, you know, you look at what Bitcoin has done over the last couple days. It's scary stuff. You look at what the NASDAQ has done. You know, obviously now the NASDAQ is ripping up and usually Bitcoin will follow if this does continue, right? With that being said, my only other regret with ConL is that it's a monthly expiration stock, right? It doesn't have expirations every week. But when you look at the calendar of what's coming up, you know, we have Christmas next week. We have New Year's the week after. And then before you know it, you know, we'll be at the January 17th expiration. So it's really not a big deal because the next 2 weeks are going to be slow. It's not going to be slow for this channel though. Don't worry. I'm going to make sure to pump out content. Even if I'm stuck in this play, I will still continue to give you guys plays. I'm going to be giving the Discord plays just that I like, that I see, right? You still have to sharpen your sword and continue to, you know, just be on your A games. So just because I might be trapped in this play, for lack of a better word, that doesn't mean that I'm going to stop making content. That doesn't mean that anything's going to change. In the end of the day, right, we're portfolio managers. And, you know, I'm here for the long haul in the sense of I started this challenge with 20,000, right? We got it all the way up to 25.2. And that's the other thing I like about the rolling is like we're not sacrificing the gains, right? We're just rolling it down. We're rolling the account down. We're rolling the entry down. And in a lot of ways, this really genuinely could benefit us and actually make us a lot more money in the long run. Like I said, in a perfect world, right, what ends up happening is we keep rolling down. And ideally, right, the thing about selling puts is you actually want to get assigned, right? You're going to make the most money if you get assigned. Like I've avoided getting assigned because of what I came into this for, right? I came into this more for the cash flow side of it. But the reality is, right, if I roll this down to 50, right, and let's just say by January 17th, it expires at 49, and now I've just bought in at 50, and then within 2 weeks of that, it's at 75, 80, that's going to make me so much more money, right? That would be what, $8,000 if that was the case, right? So that would end up making me a lot more than just continuously doing what I've been doing. Now, with that being said, I personally am very happy to just sell puts for the rest of my life and collect premium. But the point I'm getting at is just because stuff like this has happened, it doesn't have to be a bad thing. And in the long term, as long as you play it right, it actually will be a good thing. So in terms of why I like rolling as opposed to just getting assigned, I like the idea of not losing anything, right? I like the fact that I'm going to be collecting a credit and getting my entry from 55 to 50. So let's just say Connell dumps again to 35, right? Then ideally by January 17th, I do the same thing, right? I get my entry from 50 to 45 while also getting a credit, right? So, I can get a bigger credit if I want, right? Like, people in this channel have discussed, selling in the money, and yeah, the premium's higher. But in the end of the day, right, you got to be smart. You got to be thinking about it in terms of if you actually have to buy, right? So in this case, the credit is the difference, right? That's all the credit is. So if this was to go down more, or better yet, if the stock was to go up, then I would be getting a better credit. But at that point, I'd probably want to go lower, right? Because I'm not, yes, here's the thing, guys, right? When you follow my strategy, it's like, I'm not collecting the greatest premiums and I'm not using the greatest strikes, but I'm doing it in a way where it's, in my opinion, the smartest possible, right? Like, can you get higher premiums than me? Yes. Can you get lower strike prices than me? Yes. But when it comes to option selling, to make it worth it, you have to find that perfect balance of collecting premium while also having a good entry if it comes down to it, right? Because moments like this where we dumped way past our strike are going to come, right? It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, and it's going to happen. So it's like, you just need to always be prepared, right? And that's something I've already discussed in the community, in the Discord, is, everything I've been through in the markets, right? I've been through so much that, like, I'm using that wisdom and knowledge through this journey, right? And that's why I'm not being greedy. That's why I'm not picking, I could stay with the 55 and get a $1,600 credit, but to me, right, there's more value in moving down, because I'd rather continue to go down again, because ultimately, let's just say this continues down, I can just keep going down with it. And then when it starts to come back up, like I said, in a perfect world, right, it expires out of the money, or it expires right by my strike, and then I just get in and then ride it up, which would again make me more money long term. These leverages move so fast, right? Like if we pull up a daily candle, right, it's like, what is this? This was November 6th. From November 6th up until, in a month, right, it moved up 180%, right? So it's like, if I got in, anywhere, right, any relatively good entry, and, let's just say, for instance, let's just say my strike is 50 and it expires at 49, and then it rides all the way to, what's 49 times 2? 98, right? At that point, I'm turning 20,000 into 40,000, much faster, right? Like, people in my comments, someone commented after seeing my account go, quote, easy 120% per year, which I never said it was easy, but I said with option selling, 100% per year is very doable. Now, you're not even accounting for if I get assigned at a good entry, right, from rolling on a stock that's volatile like this, this 3,000 or 4,000 that I'm down right now, which, not to mention, I'm not actually down. I only started with 20,000, so I'm technically still up 2K. But this 3 or 4K that I'm down right now will be pennies in the long run, assuming, that this does work out. Now, in my opinion, the only way it doesn't work out is if everything completely crashes, right? If the whole market just goes bust, which right now we are in a bull market. Listen, is there pullbacks? Yes. And are we facing that right now? Yes. Am I here for the long run? Yes. Am I willing to keep rolling down? Yes. But do I think ConL and Coinbase is going to go completely bust and I'm going to lose all of my money? Absolutely not. Like, I've put $20,000 into meme coins before. This was back in 2021. I've been in the market for years. I've been investing since 2018. I've been trading since 2021. So it's like, I've experienced a lot, and I'm not afraid to have this type of size in this position. And that's all personal, right? Someone watching this might have $10 million and 20,000 to them might be $20 to me. Someone else watching this might only have 20,000, in which I would never recommend putting your entire net worth into this type of place. So, that's the beauty of the market, right? The market is like an art, and you get to paint your own canvas. And that's what I love about option selling, is like, this is an infinite world, right? With infinite stocks. I can type in any stock in the world, and then you have infinite options with infinite expiration dates. It's the way I like to describe it, I was just saying this to someone yesterday, is like, it's like having infinite business deals that you can make at your fingertips, right? With contracts, but you don't need to use lawyers. You don't need to sign papers. You don't need to negotiate. You just have this world of infinite business deals right at your fingertips. So with that being said, I don't think I'm going to waste any more time. I think Con L is, in my opinion, this kind of looks like a bounce to continue back down, but I hope I'm wrong, right? I do hope I'm wrong. The idea of me possibly being wrong is the only reason why I haven't, rolled yet, right? Like I do want to roll, and that's kind of, I'm almost like prolonging this video. Like how long have I been going on for? It's already been a little bit of a while. This is already a longer video than normal, but I'm trying to see what it's going to do before I just decide to roll. Because again, if I do roll right now and then it absolutely flies up, I would be a little annoyed, but I just don't know if I see that happening today, and I'd rather be safer. So with that being said, I think I'm just going to go ahead and do it. So credit. Oh, let's see. How can I get a better fill on this? Let's see. See if I can get a good fill. It's 0.2, between 0.2 and 0.8. Let's see if I can get a 0.5. I won't be greedy on that. I'm expecting to receive a credit. Okay. It was placed. Let's see if we do get filled. We're right in the middle of the bid ask, which is going to make it tough. Oh, you don't have any available positions to roll because pending orders or exercises. Let's see, did it go through? Sorry guys, just give me 1 second. It's my first time doing this live with you guys. It looks like it's still pending. Here, let's try to make the bid a little lower. We'll go 0.35. We'll go what Robinhood saying, just so we can get filled. Submit. What? Is it working? Oh, it looks like it was executed. Let's see. Okay, there you go. So that's that. All right, we are officially in this position, the new position. We have rolled it over, right? So we have just bought ourselves a full month. We have a 50 strike, so we're right. I mean, look at this, guys, right? Like, can it get to $50 in a month? I mean, we all know the answer, right? Like, within the next month, this thing can go all the way down to 16 and then come back up to 50. So now I don't have to sit here and worry. I don't have to sit here and pray and think what's going to happen for the rest of the day. I have not a worry in the world. Truthfully, I don't even care. I'm just going to chill. It's going to be a while now. I'm going to, like I said, the channel, the documentation, everything will stay the same. I will continue to make content. I'll probably find a way to use this $6,000 as well. I might even consider selling another put on Con or doing something else, but I will definitely continue to keep you guys updated. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe your thoughts, and make sure to join that community. I look forward to seeing and meeting all of you.